The playoff stage of the MaelStorm Masters begins right now, and KNF on she will play with the Whiskers on the right side of the mid. The left side of mid will be for Abrams and Dynamo. Against Warden and Ivy, she with Whiskers will stay against the Wraith and Vindicta. Such a strong lane. Solo lanes for Mirage versus Moon Krill and Geist versus Lash on the left side of the map. So I have to mention you guys that DMS usually starting to play very... There was a little technical pause about the lags of the first seconds for the game. High pressure on the both mid lanes, but you know, we could not see any position to make a free kill for the first blood yet, but Warden is that close to take it first of all. Hiding on top of this natural entrance. And what about solo lanes? I think there will be not a single surprise. Maybe only Geist will be in trouble. But for that, before that, we're gonna wait a bit more. Abrams staying with a low HP behind the tower. Yeah, the huge damage on by Ivy and Warden on the left side mid area. They're trying to pressure on. Make the enemies in such a bad positioning by the tower, but that will be fine because we can farm creeps anyways, even from that direction, from that position. And the first gank onto the Geist will not bring anything positive, anything good for DMS, but at least they tried to do that. Ooh, such a good farm of the natural creeps. For Dynamo, they will take a deep breath and little freeze on the play over the lane. But I really want to bet on a high pressure from the Vindicta and Wraith side as well. And it's really nice to see that Play With Me will play on the right side of the mid, because usually he's playing somewhere close to the left to make some gank compositions. And maybe Moon Krill, after he will get the ulti, we're gonna see something more and more powerful from his own side, and they really needs to do some good plays against the Mirage and not let him farm for free truly. Geist just hiding over the first tower, the first Guardian over there. And I was expecting more and more aggro plays from DMS, but they're not ready yet. Maybe it's just about their setup over the lanes, but they changed some kind of things about their roles and plays in total. But anyways, the time will show everything, and a new true power of that composition. And the first power up play for the Vindicta against Whiskers and Shiva, that was happened not with the best condition for Shiva, but he will knock down Prestige, and the first blood will be secured for the Subhumans team. And unfortunately for Play With Me, he's not able to do something with that, and maybe he will be also knocked down of that play and TP out of that long-term fight close to the Guardian on the first time. And that was not that good for the DMS to start to play like this. But anyways, these guys know everything about how they really want and will do the comeback into the game, even with not the greatest start. About the net force and everything on the map, it's just about a 5 minute. We're still in the early game moment, early game phase, and I don't think any single character have such a strong core item so far. Yeah, everyone just trying to focus up on the default things, or Warden just buying this early hacks, and 3.7k net force sounds pretty good for him. But will he just enable something more useful with that axe over that gunfight? And he's trying to catch over Dynamo against the Abrams, and that's gonna be A fair trade or not, that was a great save with an ulti by the Abrams in close of the stairs, and the black hole is coming over here. But anyways, Ivy taking down this Dynamo and another trade over the Warden, and only Ivy will be stay alive after that play close to the left side of the mid area. Meantime, Wraith is going to gank Mirage, but the idea and this positioning for Mirage will let him go back after all. And this ulti usage not gonna bring anything good for DMS again and again. So they will wait a bit more. And she will also... Okay, after this ultimate, Shava Vindicta and Crustis making that great trade alone. But what about Whiskas? Less than 100 HP was staying for him, and TP out after this long-term fight, and Vindicta will continue that pressure with the ulti and another kill rescue, but Shiv will stick into the fight afterwards and making another trade over Mo and Krill. Let Geist receive the first chance to swap HP against the enemy, but she has to be accurate in that close range fights, and maybe it's not gonna be the best opportunity to release the power of the swap of the HP, and the high risk playovers brings you a high reward, but Abrams just running out of that close fight above the tower, and the Guardian on the left side of the mid area will be down just in a moment, or not yet, because Warden in trouble, trying to escape over that fight, and this lane will be bit safety for the Subhumans team. Let it get still baiting Lash to pick off and swap HP, maybe right here, right now. Abrams starting Wolfie on Lash, and that's gonna be a free kill again and again. For the kills, that's not a high defense, just up to the 1 kill diff and 3 points of abilities, but you know, net force on the same level in that close fight, and we are still looking for the first art, and the mid boss who's gonna take the first objectives there. Oh, that was a great play by the ulti by Wolfie, but we have to wait at least 2 minutes more before this ulti will back into the game. A little gank on the Vindicta will take a good condition for the kill over Vindicta though, because I was expecting she will release the last kill, but unfortunately for the DMS, Subhuman snails another frag over Vindicta. Wraith is also under attack, and Ivy meantime using that time to kill Femak and the Disaster on Dynamo with that deep dive over the tower. Will be out of that play, unfortunately. Maybe Subhumans should interrupt that wave of not quite fair trades for that moment. They have to take a deep breath. And now DMS starting to lead by the net force. Let's take a look about the build. Slowing hacks and melee charge for the Abrams. On the Subhuman side, kinetic dash for the Mirage. The more spirit power for Whiskas when Geist also buying the hacks and kinetic dash. Barrier for the Dynamo, slowing hacks for Shield though. And on DMS side, there is a core items for Wraith with the battery power, with a large amount of spirit power and magazines, but not ready yet. Saf with a... He was the first guy with the slowing hacks on the map, but he's charging spirit power as well. Prestis on the Vindicta is looking for more reactive barriers to stay alive for the longer time. At the Lash, we couldn't see anything more unless DK to be more useful during the fights, and Ivy also looking for Divine Barrier and DK to make more and more powerful dot damage over the game. So what's the next? What's the next step? To make something around the map. 3-man gang onto the ship or Lady Geist as a destination point. Wraith with the Vindicta hiding over the top, but tower will stop them by that attending. They're using the ulti, they're trying to make that kill, but there was a mistake of the ability priority, I think. And Arn picked up by the DMS. Sav is looking to replace it into the destination point just in the moment with an Ivy, airdrop stuff. But there is a Moon Krill against the Lady Geist over the fight, and Arn will be deployed, and this frag against the Lady Geist, even after the swap of the HP and 3 more supports above her, will take this fight into the right condition. The Subhumans, a beautiful reaction into that play, despite of the fact that they let enemies to place an Arn into the destination point and bring more and more net worth advantage for the DMS, but other side of that gunfight brings more kills for the Subhumans, and they trying to decrease that advantage by the net force. But they will lose another Walker close to the left side over the mid, and 2 more players still trying to make some up pushes to the left side of the map, and maybe they will set this Walker of the DMS side on fire. But Mirage was a bit sleepy with the long time rotation by the DMS side, and he will gun for that play. That was a bit greedy, but it is what it is. We have to deal with that. Lady Geist still hiding over the right side of the map. And here is a Berserk more. The Lady Geist become more and more stronger, above a 10k net force. Not the highest one, but the highest and the higher for the her own team. And another gang looks like pretty clean for the DMS. They're making this kill of Lash, of the Abrams and the tower on the right side. And Lash will be in trouble. That's why I was trying to say something about him, but he was thinking about the ulti usage, but this usage not gonna help him so much since there was nobody above him, and the ulti for Prestige on Vindicta. At least he tried to nails that kill on the Lady Geist by the last second of this participating over contest of tower. Such a strong net worth difference coming up for the DMS, about 13k on the mid time of the game, and one is being ready, and we're gonna continue that hunting over Moonkrill, but that's not gonna be happening. Mirage cancel his teleport, and now he will be against the 2 enemies, and that's gonna be gank onto him, but Lash doesn't even try to continue before that. But after all, this ulti usage and Mirage will be knocked down from this deep side of a Walker on the left side of the way. The Walker also been eliminated, but meantime she was looking to take care of another Walker closer of a spawn of the DMS squad. A little contest of the right flank of the map, and Ivy being out after that deep gank with Lady Geist and Abrams into that. Is it the first game? Yeah, exactly. That's the first game, actually. Of the playoff stage, the first map of this series among DMS versus Subhumans team. And she was a bit unfortunate fight for him. He was under attack, and Moonkrill taken down by the Lady Geist 1 by 1, but Lash trying to resolve that dispute finally, and Xenon will be also out of that play, and Dynamo was in that fight himself. He was alone right here above 3 or 2 enemies for that moment, and Play With Me on the Wraith was trying to make some deep push towards the left flank of the map, towards the 3rd towers of a spawn. I don't think that anyone have a game ID for that moment or the matchups. Because as far I know, we are not providing the match IDs for anyone other unless the casters. But the second Ornn picked up. Nobody even tried to kill a mid boss for that moment so far, but Viscous making these bold things to stop enemies with picking up this Arn objective. And they stopped DMS with that idea. But the destination point of the order right on the bottom on the right flank. So and there will be a little fight, maybe rough fight for the game. Because in terms of that Ornn composition, if DMS will knock down at least 2 or 3 players, or Subhumans will do the same with the Ornn play and makes that successfully, they will take a mid boss control, and that's gonna be a high chance to start to dominate. But as you can see, Abrams was traded by the Ornn, and another kill is coming for the DMS that easily, because Sav is on fire with the ulti, and the Warden play with the support by the Lash and Vindicta will be so good, and there is a chance to make another power play by the kill over the mid boss immediately, and that's gonna be happened. So that's what we were talking about. Yeah, clear team wipe for the DMS, and only Geist was on the live to try to stop this mid boss execution, but it's not gonna change anything. Reunite will be for the DMS, and the timing of a kill of the mid boss 1651. So we're gonna anticipate mid boss again above 22 or 23 minutes on the timer. That's gonna be the late game status of the map already. So advantage by the networks is above 16Ks. I think so, if my math is accurate this morning. And about the core items, in terms of the Subhumans, we're missing the Mirage. Oh, there was a solo target kill for the play with me on the Wraith, as it used to be like. Yeah, Abrams is pretty close to have a semi-ball build into his own, sharpshooter and a headhunter for the Mirage on the Subhuman side. No more spirit power anymore. Viscous charged the Warp Stone, Duration Extend and a Hellblade. And trying to save Shiv as much as he can against this fight against the Warden, but Xenon also buying a Warp Stone with the Headhunter, Berserk and Kinetic Dash with the Surge Brother bullets, with a couple lives still, and that was a gun con towards the left flank, and a double play for the Geist against the Lash brings a bit more positive things on the sword. So we need to take a little freeze for the play, and DMS will wait for the Lash coming. A lot of Warp Stones and the hacks and Berserk stuff for Subhumans, and that was a revenge against the Geist on the left side, and Viscous. He's on that D position, but he will have a chance to escape by this rolling into the ball about Vindicta. Catch him up. Vindicta will fight till the end, and Viscous, does he have a time to escape? He exactly does, but will he get out of that fight? Because Vindicta on the hunt. And there is a trap for the Vindicta against the 4 enemies above her. But Vindicta on the low HP left, trying to escape with 100 HP left, and that's gonna be another fight. But an invisible moment, and Psycho in this invisible status, and the Wraith starting to focusing up on the Shiv, and Abrams knocked down over that play, and she also been catched up by the Warden with the Ivy in that deep position. So, let's take a look for the builds of DMS because they are dominating so hard already, and the 4-kill streak for Play With Me on the Wraith. So, I think DMS pretty ready, pretty close to start to finish that game right here, right now. Return Fire, picked up by the Prestige. This deep out push over the spawn of Subhumans team side. Psycho is already up to get a fight inside of a transport. Play with me with a Fleet Foot, Duration Extender, Mystic Ability, and Tesla Bullets with the Shadow Whip build. Is also looking that strong on the 20 minutes on the timer, but Play With Me was catched up over that deeply, and the River is also taking down Warden. Too much solo plays for the DMS, and they're about to miss their advantage for that time, and this fight was not that proper. They will take the lead status of a side of a spawn play. Will be in a defense position in a 20 minutes, and maybe they will try to catch up on the mistakes. Their enemies charging that clearing stuff above the mid lane to kill off the first tower and the walker as well in the same action, but there will be the contest, and that was a nice try for Morning Crew to raise the power of this rolling thunder. But look how much cages are walking in, and what a great stun by the Ivy, and Lash with Warden taking them all. What the hell is going on there? That was a super play for the Warden with the Ivy on together. And is there a chance to leave Abrams alone, because DMS will continue that up push till the spawn. Abrams does. You have a chance to stay alive, not anymore. 50 seconds before Abrams, and I think that's going to be the end of the game. I not even have a chance to see how much items, core items, does DMS have, and look, unstoppable more for the Warden. Hellbane, Burst Fire, that's the huge item build for the Warden. Vindicta also on the top, Whale Walker, the Bob Remover, Burst Fire mode, Pristine Emblem on the top, and that's gonna be the last fight. And Vindicta charging the ulti, Lash taking care of the Dynamo live, Shiv also on fire, and that's gonna be the end, guys. The first map going into the DMS hands straight away. 23 minutes. Maybe there was a slight chance to make an upset for the Subhumans on the stream, and have fun to the both teams on the server. We are beginning the second map of this playoff stage right here, right now. DMS versus Subhumans team. And now Amberside will be for DMS Psycho on Lady Geist, South on the Viscous. Play with me on this signature person for him with the Play with me, and Valfi on the 7, Prestige on Vindicta as he used to be like, and the Habex will be a regular Ivy enjoyer. On the right side, Subhumans have Iris on Abrams, Sonya will be a Moon Krill, Fimak will play on the Lash, Senna will take play on Infernus, Disaster on Paradox, and Kenya will be a Mirage for that game. About the laning, Infernus will play against the Lady Geist on the solo lane on the left flank, and 7 against the Moon Krill. I think that's gonna be the easiest matchup for the 7, what he could ever get before. About mid laning, double for the Paradox and Abrams against the Viscous and Ivy. That's gonna be a long time project again, without any kind of damage or perspective to rescue, to enable a kill. But on the other side of the mid, on the left side, Lash versus Vindicta and Wraith in support by the Mirage. And it's gonna be a pretty interesting matchup to see, to follow up, and Lady Geist in trouble against the Infernus. It's not gonna be a way comfortable lane for the Lady Geist, but she has to stay alive as much as she can, and that's gonna be fine. early game with Nat Wars and a couple of farm of the creeps going on fine, but Lash was way greedy with that play, but Prestes being eliminated with another pick up by the Mirage, and both of them will be on the low HP lab, but Play With Me is not able to do something with it, unfortunately. Is there any chance to make a kill over not that impactful, not that strange lane by the DMS with Ivan Whiskis, and only trade and fair damage trade will be happening over there? Nothing else. Vindicta back to the lane, and maybe Prestige after that sad part of the start on the first blood was picked up by the Subhumans. Will be way passive and safety with the plays. So not a single surprise by the items for the players. For that moment, we are on the 3rd minute. And then Infernus continues his journey, his strive over the Lady Geist on the lane. And Infernus have a good option to take down Lady Geist himself. That was a good solo kill for him, especially. But there was a try by the Play With Me to be right in time to make this gank over Infernus, but Xenon did a great job, nasty job with that solo play. And even more, he's staying alive and Prestige, but in the meantime he's going down, and Subhumans will do the same with their starting dominance straight from the start. They're trying to lead up with that dominate position, but don't be over greedy. Overconfidence is usually playing against you. You have to be accurate with your desires, with your high push style composition. So what about Whiskers? This cube is on board, and Abrams with the low HP level will escape by the dash. Will it somehow continue there? I don't think so. Products also on the lane. Moon Krill, by the way, staying way comfortable against the 70s. He had a little advantage against the 7 by the net worth, but it's just about 100 net worth, and that's it. Nothing else. It's just nothing about the reality. And there is a power-up play for the gang against the Paradox and Abrams by Viscus and the Ivy, but I don't think that's gonna be a true answer on the play, since Xenon still dominate that clearly dominate on the lane against the Lady Geist, and even Mirage with that Play With Me on Wraith. They are trying to settle up everything in a good condition for the DMS, but over and over, time by time, Subhumans doing a great reaction into any kind of action, and Moenkrill was using this ulti against the 7, and Paradox on that lane with the gank was right above the time, and another addition of kills for the Subhumans, and they are going pretty good by Whiskers, trying to resolve and making a slight comeback onto that play on the right side of the map, but only 1 kill was acquired. And a 3k advantage by the Nat Wars, and Abrams is looking to get a kill over Vindicta on the left side of the mid area. So, is there anything about the core item sub with the melee charge? Wraith is still looking for something more powerful. Slow shredder bullets for the Wolfie. Vindicta will be way cheaper than it was in the previous matchup. Melee charge for the Abrams. Moenkrill also trying to do something above physical damage this moment. Infernus with such a strong vital items and falling hacks for the Paradox as the first core item. So Infernus making another gank over the Lady Geist, and Psycho in trouble, and no more Yamakasi mode for this time. Again and again a 4 kills streak for the Mirage. And Kenny have especially. This guy is cooking and Vindicta trying to come up with the birds to make some dot damage. But it's not gonna have that much. Ivy leaving this close range of the right side of the mid, and Lash will be in trouble after this ultimate usage by Wraith, but this projectile of the mid side and the hiding behind that will save Lash life till the end. Water run up for the Whiskers with a huge AoE damage against Paradox and moving Krill, but still no frags. No positive life for DMS for that moment. Abrams also trying to lead the way, but after this cage, there was a mistake with the ulti usage of Ivy, and there will be no stun anymore for the long time. Now we have to wait a bit more. Mirch was baiting, play with me for the solo target play, and Vindicta with an ulti usage and another power up stun by the Lash with the ulti. Or we'll try to make a little reply. Another trade with the swap by the projectile by the Paradox, and Prestus will be knocked down with that large amount of damage onto him. And the Infernus was also right here. That provides some opportunity for the latter guest to farm on the lane for the little time. And back to the business as soon as possible. 5k difference over the Nat Force. About the kills 10 to 3 over for the Subhumans team. I can't even imagine that, but these guys, after this little failure over the first map, they were leading on the early game as well, and now they're doing the same. They keep their passion on. They're trying to do their best. And look how Mirich is like sneaky Bicky there to catch up. Play with me with a slowing hacks and no option to TP away, because that was a misplay about it. Play with me over there, and Vindicta not even try to save him out, and the Paradox with another beautiful swap over, even over that first tower of the 3 guys, 3 enemies above there, and the frag will be lifted for the Subhuman side, and they are cooking so hard. Whiskey is trying to take some time by the rotation of the enemy side team, but it's not gonna help since Wraith is already gone, and no more supports to make a chase and make some kills of that. And Arnold will be respawned. And who will be the owner of this objective? Paradox is picking up the Arn, and the destination point is right about the right side of the map, nearby Mo and Krill. 7 is going up to take care of the lane again, as he used to be like Whiskas in trouble in terms of that slow gank, but he will escape off that way, and the Arn is going step by step to the destination point, and nobody from DMS had even tried to respawn onto that. So Arn will be right in place. And a huge time for the Nat Force status of a Subhuman side. And Infernus still charging up of control of his own lane, but running into that, and will make a start against the Ivy, but Ivy did dodge that, but not that good, since there was 2 more players from the enemy side team. Yeah, Moon Krill with the Paradox over right in time to help Infernus to stay alive, and even more to take 2 more frags afterwards. Paradox will try to gank well beyond 7. I think everyone on the DMS team are sleeping right now. I think that's the classic situation when DMS starting to dominate straight from the first map on the over for the second map. There will be a bit tired maybe, but it's just about there. their play style. Mistake could happen, but game by game, day by day, yeah, I'm talking about the official status of the games. They are usually not throwing but losing the second map. It's something not gonna start good straight from the start. But could you even imagine there is such a strong composition by the cores over the DMS side. All what they really need to do, just wait till the late game will start to be happen, and after that there will be such a strong as a team, as a course. But ooh, there is no opportunity to lead the way for the South on the Whiskers anymore. Vindicta trying to hold off this Walker on the right side of the mid lane and play with me, starting to farm natural creeps and lanes as much as he can to grow up as a core, because about the net worth 12k for the Talon and the Wraith, but at the same time Whiskers on the same level in Infernus with a 14k net worth and 3 kill streak for the Dogs, with the assist by Lash and Abrams over the right side of the mid lane, and Prestige on Vindicta is out of competition for more extra 15 minutes, seconds, just in total. And mid boss staying alive for the long time. The first on being delivered. Well, we will see something about the mid boss fight, because to start to make pressure on over the mid boss, you have to fight, you have to catch some enemies up to the 1 or 2 kills. First of all, and after that you will be able to do a mid fight attending execution. But it's not that easy to find a single kill right here, right now, since DMS starting to farm their natural creep spots. And Geist could be in trouble, but here is a fight, since Abrams was going that deep and the 7 Whiskers initiate the fight, but the second core is going down and 7 being eliminated, and the Whiskers still baiting the enemy side team so hard. But is there a single chance to do something to work with? And that was the opportunity to take down 7, make that Walker kill as well, and regroup together and go up to the mid boss fight, guys. You don't really need to push to chase that lane so hard, but I think DMS have an answer into that. Despite of the fact that 7 was out of the game for a couple seconds, there was another fight for the Walker over the mid area, and DMS were looking for the urn, and maybe they will try to make a play above that. But Psycho is already eliminated for the contest of that side play, and Wraith will also out of that attractive play about the bridge, and the green rune will spawn just in a moment. And Vindicta hiding over this gas station and owned picked by Subhuman side. They have a 2-man advantage just for a couple seconds, so they have to use it for delivering of this urn right here, right now. But is there a single option to scout the side of the urn, because DMS starting to make that ball rotation on towards that mid boss fight there. Subhumans doing the same thing as they were doing yesterday with the mid boss fight bait and urn. But at the same time, it's too much to let enemies to pick up that, and that was a chance, but not successful. Try over picking up of this battle, the mid boss. What a great ulti by the 7, a huge damage is coming in, but not enough to rescue more than the 1 kill. And Wraith with a low HP left, Xenon will be eliminated. Disaster is coming for the play with me on the Wraith against the Paradox, but Prestige still the urn and making a bit more and more interesting stuff with the net force status. Let Gaze with the solo targeting play against the Mirage, and Mirage will stay alive, but a low HP left. Paradox is trying to catch up with that kill against the Lady Geist till the end, and look how much killing process was happened to Lady Geist, but it's still not enough to stay alive and escape that long-term fight against the Paradox. Surely. Ooh. That was an interesting moment because Arm was picked by Paradox and he was throwing that on the ground. And after that, we were watching for the mid boss fight with the great usage of a 7 ulti on top of that side. And even more, we're about to lose Xanon, and that's what has happened to the Subhumans team on the first map. They were leading, they were dominating after the early game stage, but afterwards they're starting to play a lot by the solo plays, and that was the issue why they lost their own advantage and their own mindset are the winners of the map. And now it could be the same. This game can become the same, but only if DMS will roll back everything and will win a couple team fights in their own passion, as they usually trying to do that as a team because their macro play usually being on the highest level. But we are looking for the miss of a Prestige above 30 seconds after his respawn. And 4 more buffs for the Subhuman side. They really want to stick into the fight, into the deep side of the spawn of the DMS squad. Disaster making that huge pressure on by the bomb and projectile close to this room, and Viscous and Wraith initiate that fight themselves, but Sav is out of this fight. Wraith in the stun. She's alone right here, and no more support stuff is happening, and Subhumans will stop them all with that deep push and chasing up after detaching to the third tower of the mid lane and the left side corner. The shrine is being eliminated just a second. And Prestige, at least he tried to do something else, but there was a trade by the trade, and fair enough, DMS will be out of that game probably about 20 seconds. Yeah, there was nice try with initiation, but the finish stuff wasn't on the DMS side. At least they tried to do something else, and look, Subhumans led the enemy side team to restart and that protocol, and that's gonna be another last fight for the game for them and DMS as well. So hopefully DMS will find a solution how they really want to produce the gunfights. Let it Geist with improved boost, decay, and improved cooldowns on the board. Play with me with the same build with the Shadow Weave, hacks, and mystical ability, and the Tesla bullets into that. Oh, another arm will be what a speed of the running for the Paradox Disaster. The Masterclass with the jogging session. Yeah, improved burst and duration extender with the Warpstone and melee charge for the Viscous. Wolfie on the 7 only bought right now, improved boost, and that's it. And with the burst fire mode, but duration extender and another power kill. And that's gonna be another try of initiation for the DMS right here, right now. But Prestige has to be accurate with that pick off. The solid pick off and Lash, at least he's trying to make the proper ulti. And the Moon Krill in the trouble in that close range, but he using this rolling and making a huge damage on an ulti usage onto ulti, but it wasn't enough to rescue the kill onto him, and DMS making a rough comeback with that good initiation stuff and a good team fight over the end. They bring back the control, maybe not about the net force, but about their own confidence and their mindset about the game. Not a quick 2-0 maybe, we will see exactly. Frost is missing core items, but he's trying to do his best with the combat barrier and stuff. We also like some kind of a spirit power, and the rescue beam will be the good addition of that for the Abrams, improved spirit armor, the buff reducer, reactive barrier, hunters are a lot of hours for Abrams to be in the deep side of the fight, but the Warpstone will be also that good. Moon Krill on the highest condition of net worth of a Subhumans team with a lot of spirit damage. Lead foot on the board, and Phantom Striker. Ooh, Phantom Striker looks pretty good in terms of the fights, and improved by the spirit armor also on the board. Headhunter with extra stamina, pristine emblem for the Lash, and improved spirit armor as well to be more vitality over the fights. The Ricochet for the Infernus with a toxic bullet also bring a lot of damage, and an unstoppable button will be that significant option for Xenon to stay alive over the fights. Paradox also looking for some knockdown and support things with a huge vitality status, and Kenny off on the Mirage. Toxic bullets with the same spirit armor, maybe alchemical fire to boost damage of the team, and that's it. So mid boss just respawned. Well, good pick over the lady Geist fight, but Abrams not reached the target of the kill, unfortunately. But he bait Lady Geist for some utils over the fight, and Ivy using his airdrop stuff to make Lady Geist a bit safety, and mid fight force will be on the board. Aren't picked up by the play with me. They're trying to bait to null that Subhumans to take mid boss control, but what a good pick up with the ulti of a Krill, and Ivy taking down. Maybe someone else will be killed off this fight, maybe a bit separated, but it is what it is. And Whiskers, he does have a chance to stop the enemies by the pick off of this mid boss buff, but will he be right in time there? This Revnander is coming in. And what about the stun? Oh, there was a good stun protocol by Xenon, so there was no chance to steal that buff. Anyways, DMS has a late game composition. Yeah, that's what we was talking about for the entire game. All what DMS really needs to do to wait till the late game, but in terms of their defense point, yeah, they have only the left side of the map, and their throne is a bit unsafety from the right side of the lanes, but this can show a big swab of the HP. Yeah, exactly, but too much stance against her. So there will be, I think there will be less than a half of the second to do a proper swap of the HP. So that's why that's the hard position to play with. But DMS is looking for steal of Warden, only 10k difference of the networks. It doesn't mean anything for that. Such a late game stage. So DMS still have a chance to roll back and come back into that map. So and as you can see on the screen, DMS won the first map. You can see this a little point above a DMS stack on the left top of the screen. That means they secured the win over the first map, but the defense of the Patron by the DMS, and Play With Me trying to farm his best over the Wraith, because he will be the main core for the solo target to make a mass, to bring a chaos for the enemies from the flank and initiate a proper gunfight with himself. Wow, Subhumans being a bit scared, about the power play into the Patron and push through the throne and push their own limits right now. With each minute, they're losing their chances, their win condition to finish up the game. That's the problem. Valve is already with unstoppable and escalating exposure, so he's ready to make a bold fight with his own ulti and bring back into the fight afterward. So huge amount of utils. Ooh. There was a TP stuff happening right here, and the play with me in trouble. That was a good play for the Subhuman side, and now they are able to start finishing the red carpet stage of that game to move us forward the third map of that semi-final of the playoff stage of MaelStorm Masters this evening. Will they able to run up into the patron side, because 30 seconds before Wraith will be on the board, but you have to remember about 7 as well. This guy will make a huge problem for you in case in towards if you're gonna run into that. Oh wait, Subhumans will let to take another chance into the opposite side team. Well, DMS will be okay again and again, and Subhumans still thinking that they need more and more stuff to finish up the game. Alright, so I think we're gonna wait for the another mid boss. It's gonna be happening above 31 minutes on the timer, and on the way for the Paradox and 16k net worth difference. Is there any updates of builds for Abrams? More vitality stuff, more spirit power for more krill, ashes of a curse for the Lash. It's the final item, a core item for him in that aspect, and all was delivered in the destination point. And DMS, and again, back to back, they still have a chance to set up their own huge comeback after not successful early and the mid-game stages. It's their time, it's just about the time to play, but again and again that was a poor play and not that successful pick up by the play with me on the Wraith. And it's nice to see that Wolfie on 7 tried to trade, at least trade play with me after that pick up. 40 seconds before play with me will be back to the game and are ready to do something. Improved burst, more about the damage, physical damage for the Lash and Infernus. Also buying the rest of stuff for the vitality. I think that's the reason why they've been waiting for. And of course for the Paradox with a superior stamina as well. Wow, too much vitality items will be enough to knock down the enemies without the core damage items from the Subhuman side. We'll see in nearby future. Mystic Reverb and Escalation Exposure for Lady Case looks also that strong. Superior duration, not that much vitality items for Salvon, Viscous, but it is what it is. And mid boss is about 30 seconds, so yeah. I think we're gonna wait for another proper mid boss fight, and we are be able to finish up the game after that. Only after that one. For that moment, I would say we have a 50-50 situation for the both sides. Just a single mistake and you will be eliminated from the second map and that 31-minute game. And Paradox starting to make a huge pressure onto IV, and that was a gank, and successful gank against the IV. And here is a time to make a fight about the mid boss. Without IV there will be not that much stunts and power plays, but ulti by Prestige doesn't hit the top. And Orn will be placed by the south, so a bit more net force. But look, that's gonna be pick off of the throne, but there is not that much damage that I was talking about. The rest of the team of the Subhumans by the vitality items in Kenya was miscalling that deep chase into the throne, and that's gonna be the mistake for the entire game. Probably when krill was trying to start his own underground play, but look how much damage DMS are turning on against the subhumans, and that's why their late core composition should dominate, but not so hard because subhumans reverse sweep and they were able to stay alive until the end of the rest of the utils. And I don't really understand what's happening right here, but Ivy, he was really needy in the air, and look, 1v5 body Ivy with the low HP left for the entire team of the subhumans. They're trying to finish out that series with the moving forward into the third map, and the Ivy with the low HP left as well will be out of that play. And that was a huge fight till the end, until the finish of the second map. Good bring out of the DMS side into them, but that wasn't enough to clean that up. Ooh, that was beautiful. To that series, and have fun to you guys on the stream, and I hope enjoy the event. Will be follow you till the end of that event and that series. And we also wish best of luck to both teams on the sword. What about the sides? DMS will be the Ember side team, and Sapphire will be for the Subhumans team this time. About the rules, Psycho will be on the Abrams, but me will stick to the Wraith, and Sal will be on the Warden this time, will be on the Lash. Prestis will play on the Mirage, and Apex on the Kelvin. They have such a strange persons on the start of the game that could provide them a chance to snowball on the early stage of the game. But about the lanes, Mu and Krill against the Abrams on the left side of the map, Wraith with the Mirage against the Lady Geist with the Whiskas on the left side of the mid area, Kelvin with the Warden on the right side of the mid, Paradox with the Sheep on the right, and solo lane 4-7 against the Lash. About the sides and roles for the Subhumans team, and that's gonna be Iris on Shift. Sania will play on the Moon Krill, and can he ever release that kill on the play with me this time? Unfortunately, Vastia is under attack tonight, and there was a fair trade by the Mirage, but first blood goes to the Subhumans hands again and again. I think they've been taking the rest of the... Yeah, they were taking 3 of the first blood of this entire series, so that makes a good sense for their confidence and their mind. Sub was doing that great power pick and gank over the Xenon on the 7. On the side lane, Sunny, as I said, will play on the Mukrill. Freemuck will play on the Whiskas. Paradox will be for the Wizards. Xenon will take play of 7, and Kenev on the Lady Geist, so we finished off with that lady. Thank you for the kind words, AP. Enjoy the game, and hopefully we're gonna find the reason why. The reason why we enjoy the Deadlock together. So, 3rd minute on the timer. Couple ganks, couple attractive plays close to the right side of the lane, and of course being under attack, but not anything more, because Play With Me was under attack for the entire series. He's losing the early game stage so hard, and the rest of his own ganks into the solo target, and any other group play wasn't that accurate. Maybe something going wrong with him tonight, but for today, his own team also trying to do their best, and maybe this map will resolve the issue with the Play With Me and his own individual performance. Paradox was going to the close of the mid side, and maybe there will be the gank onto the Mirage, or Play With Me again and again, and Play With Me trying to escape from that fine projectile being used on, and Play With Me back to the lane by the teleport by the card, and we're not gonna follow up this gunfight anymore. What about 7 and solo lane against Lash? I don't think there is a single chance to lose that side. on 7 by Xenon, unless he's not gonna be ganked so much during the game. Abrams also trying to make his best against the Moon Krill, but in terms of that fight, I think Moon Krill have a little slight advantage against the Abrams over the overall game status. I'm not agree about the reason why organizers just hide over the match ID. It's not linked in terms of a sponsor or something like this, because there is no actual sponsors. As you can see on the screen, we have nothing about it. But it is what it is. And another good option, good opportunity to make that gank wheel over the mid lane. And look how much damage been taking over the tower, but Lady Geist nails that frag and play with me again and again, and I don't really know what's happening there with DMS, but they are frustrating so hard time by time, and this duo over the left side of the mid under a huge pressure since the start. Shift, meantime, taking down, and another trade for the Paradox by the tower play against the Hypix on Kelvin. So DMS, if they really wants to start to play, they will have to be waking up already. There is no more chance to be like that, to be that sleepy, and the same happened to the Psycho via the Yamakasi. At least he tried to farm some creeps over the lane, but the beautiful ultimate usage by Moon Krill and Lash on the gank helps him a lot. So Lash is taking care of 7 on the side right lane this way. And Shift still charging and cooking something about the mid. So, few more minutes and we gonna out of the early game stage. Melee charge for the Abrams, nothing for Wraith so far. The hacks for the Warden that early. Mirage is also looking for the barriers as a Kelvin did. That's all we can say about DMS this time. 2k difference by the net force is that single fight is there. But look how this wrecking ball with the Primoc and Viscous, they just don't really feel the enemies. They're really doing whatever they want, and everything looks that good. Kelvin was under attack. He was trying to follow up that long-term fight after not successful getting out the Mirage over that side, and the same happened to him as well. Play with me, wasn't able to do something with the solo targeting and that early time. And Shift also baiting enemies for the gank, but is there an option to gank him so hard? Because 7 is looking for the farm, Moonkill also taking care of the lane, and Shift will be quite passive play. He has to do that. Geist Viscous lane is cooking down, surely. But I was thinking that Viscous with Geist is not able to do something like this against the Mirage and Wraith on the same side. Imagine. It's not about the macro play. I think that's the individual stuff is happening for DMS, and that's why they are frustrating so hard. We are losing Xenon on the side lane, and that's the good point, the positive thing for the DMS. Abrams still farming out his own solo lane. The large of the aspects is on the board because DMS not losing by the net force anymore. Yeah, they're buying some core items. But in terms of the Subhumans, slowing hacks for the Paradox. 7 is also charging some spiritual power, and Paradox will be out after that deep chase, and Shift also in that close state of death. That's it. DMS back to the game probably, and they're starting to do their own passion. Look how Abrams been greedy there against the Moon Krill. But he have to be accurate with a deep chase and stand by the ulti. And what a play by the Moon Krill. But he will take down DMS Psycho after their 1 HP status afterwards. What the hell is happening there? DMS, they're trying to bring their confidence on, but these moments could turn them off just for a bit maybe. Wow, the Xenon was that overconfident as well to get into that fight 3x3 against the Warden with the Lash and the Wraith on the same time. Paradox jumping into the flank of the left side of the mid area. Lash taking down Vindicta himself, and that's the end. What about Lash this time? Because Rev is looking to hide out over the mid with the Warden, and Lash was alone here against the shift. Abrams still playing alone and taking up Ornn, and maybe he will be able to deliver that on the right side of the map. 7 in the solo lane, it's just like a -1 for the play. Yeah, but sometimes Xenon trying to be in the mid of a gunfight, so in terms of a macro play and team plays in general, I have to say that Subhumans have such a good reaction and such a good communication while there, but look how the ultis are charging up into the play with me. At least one ulti and a couple more utils to kill him off there. That was huge, that was huge. I think Wasia is being damn mad because of that. But in terms of net force and the whole game status, the team's on the same level. Maybe by the ability points, a little difference for DMS, about the traits not that much, but Ornn deployed, and Viscous in that much aggressive against Kelvin. That's gonna be a free kill for the 3-man squad with the Warden, Kelvin, and the Mirachin support. Moon Krill has to be accurate with that solo pick against the Mirage, and Shiv in trouble. Abrams starting to hunt, but Paradox is above him, and maybe a Paradox will catch Abrams afterwards. 400 HP left, and Paradox is not able to do something with. And Lady Game starting to cook with a swap HP, and I think she's been used that already, so there is no more point to stick into that fight. DMS macro diff data starting to show that right here, right now. Finally, DMS been whacking up, and maybe there will be okay. Warden has to leave that side lane immediately, and a 3-man gank is ongoing into him. The buff being used, slowing hacks is ongoing with a quick reload stuff there. And Abrams taking control of the left side of the mid area, being swapped and being eliminated, but that much utils being used on into him. Wow, that was a huge play, and Geist also being out of the play, but solo targeting with the Wraith on a play with me, so that was a good stuff. And more pushes by the side lanes from the DMS to settle up their pusher condition. Yeah, their pusher advantage. Another kill over the Viscous, and the second Walker is going down on the right side of the map. Mirage in charge to catch this Moon Krill above the green rune bridge, and Borrow is going on, but Thunder is not that easy to interact with, and Kelvin dodged it by the ice path. Mirage will stick into that running and hunting onto the Moon Krill, but I think there is a bait, and look how much time Moonkil was taking there and Shiv in trouble, but he will be okay since there is the Rage status and Lady Geist coming to support this fight. Xenon being eliminated by Play With Me with the sole target, but this Frost Nova Ball was quite active. And Mirage in the fight against the Viscous and Lady Geist together. Mirage still hiding about this pillar and last HP left to stay alive. No more way to run. At least he tried to do that. And another fair play by the Rune, Control and Warden missing the fight against the Viscous. Maybe he was anticipating another player about Viscous, or will be taken up by Subhuman side. So they are looking for delivering that. Abrams on top of the roof, trying to farm some objectives. Maybe he will return into this spot of the rune just in a moment, but the entire DMS force, they're trying to group up together to do some kind of power play above the mid-range, and they will trade the urn for the mid-bot. The high risk play for down, but they will do that, and high risk will bring a high reward in terms of the win of that fight. Look how good Abrams was jumping into that gunfight, and another couple standing turnout is coming here. Couple more orbs is coming, and 7 out, he was unstoppable to kill them all because Helpix was in charge of this bomb, and the utility managed was on the highest level for the DMS this fight, and somehow Subhumans decided to step into that, but did they really understand how much AoE damage was above that fight for the DMS? No way. That was a beautiful, the symphony of a cinema stuff for DMS, and after that I have to say they are back into the game. And I don't think there was a single usage of a Frost Nova bubble on the side of the mid boss. There was another barrier to save a life. I think Warden is good, but not like top priority. Warden is the good at semi-core and a good addition for your composition in the early game and the mid game as well. And he have a good potential to be a late core, but it depends on your lineup and your game plan, how you want to use him, especially because in case of Wraith and Warden in the same team, it's gonna be a huge scouters for the kills, and solo target kills will be way easier to do and work with, but sometimes Warden being useless if he's not able to find the right solo targets and unleash his true power against 2x1 or 2x2 duels like this. And look how Play With Me is starting to cooking together with the Warden. They might do the second kill right here. And surely DMS losing the Lash on the other part of the map. But now DMS needs to group up together, and they should start to push into the spawn on the Subhuman side. What about the idea of the match? Well, I can't show it to you guys. It was the requirement from the tournament organizer, so I cannot do that. Warden being swamped by the projectile. He was disabled for the fight, but ulti and roll back into the fight. What a kind of good bubbles is coming right here, and out of course nowhere will save them all, and the good ulti and the good bubble from the 7 is coming here. Look how much damage Play With Me was decreased that fight, and look how much util is being used for to hunt a single target in front of the Warden. Besides this projectile, I think Subhumans was a that that confident in that kill of the Warden with the large amount of utils, but what they have to do with the post fight after, even if they will reach that target and that goal with the kill over the Warden. DMS were waiting for that, they were ready for that, and now they are ready to finish up the game because Ultimate's in charge. There is nothing how the guys from the Subhumans team could stop them, but as you can see, DMS also trying to play for the 100% win condition. They will wait a bit, they will take up their own control, couple runes also on the board, and maybe we're gonna wait until the other mid-boss being spotted. Actually, pick div. And again, it could depend on the game scenario, because from the start, Moon Krill with Paradox, they had such a good opportunity to release some kills, and the gank potential was on the Subhuman side, and even more, they've been doing that. But DMS catch the right moment to come back, couple good ganks, couple amazing fights, 6v6 or 5v5, and that was the reason why they turned into that late game comeback. And now DMS leading up with a 30k difference by the net force. That's the huge, maybe for the 20 minutes it's not that high, but still enough to buy core items for the rest of your persons and players on the server. Point blank and melee charge with the Hunter's Aura for Abrams. A couple extender and duration and buff reducers as well. Play with me, 29k of the net force, the best net force around the map. So he's ready to dominate. He bought everything what he needs to find the solo traits. Alcheming Fire is also on this way, and the Ornn fight is happening right here. But Ornn will be deployed, and that's gonna be another point to increase the solo economy for each player of the DMS squad. Despite the fact that Mirch was dead here. Unstoppable item for Warden also coming here. Couple more Vitality items as well. Burst Fire, Heroic Aura, and Berserk mode to be in deep side of the fight. Lash with the Warp Stone and a couple more Vitality items to be more useful during the whole fight. Ooh, the core build for the Mirage with the Ricochet and Swift Striker and Toxic Bullets on board as well. Apex, Warp Stone and nothing else is a core items. What's happening right here? A couple ultimates being used on, but the Frost Bubble is always saving them. Oh, look how much barrier damage was used there. And unfortunately for the Subhumans, they will lose a mid-boss fight by these two devs. You don't need to catch this 7 at all. You have to take a mid-boss control, guys, and finish out the game. DMS exactly know what they have to do, but they will take it easily, and maybe they will turn into the last fight of the game, of that series, of this semi-final of the MaelStorm Masters event. This battle for the spot into the grand final. And both of those teams don't have a single chance to do a mistake anymore. In terms of build for the Subhuman side, Pristine Emblem for Shift, the buff reducer is coming for him as well. More protection items for the Moon Krill on the Subhuman side, same for the Viscous by the Vitality status. Divine Skewler on the Viscous looks also that sick. Wow, we'll see how it will be used on. Hacks with the Alchemy Fire and Hunter's Aura for the Paradox. And play with me, catch that solo target play against the Letter Geist as it used to be. Like Xenon on the 7. He's now ready for the proper fight on the 7, but if he will be in a disposition, he has no chance to escape from that side. Mirage taking care of the Xenon first of all, and this pattern is completely clear and ready to be out of that play. Subhumans trying to make a little answer on that deep push, but look how much health and much damage brings on that side. DMS, they're unstoppable, and that's gonna be good game, well played, and DMS proceed to the grand final. Is also on the good condition, but still not enough to rescue win against the DMS. And hopefully on the upcoming event, there will be more stronger as an individual performance, and then